one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to set up wastewater processing down here, I think. I think that would be a wise move. Eventually, we're going to have to rebuild this whole system a little bit further along. We need to continue expanding out this area. And that's going to happen a lot faster now because of the experimental updates. So super, super excited about that. Second job will probably be, or maybe even the first job actually, set up groundwater pump setup over here so that we can feed that into the water over on this side and just keep things rolling a little bit better. I think that would be wise. And then this pipe can remain as a backup pipe. But otherwise, we won't worry about it too much. I don't think we're going to need to expand our current setup here because not all of the turbines are spinning. But we might want to earmark that for a upgrade soon. At least to one more track. I think one more track would be wise. And Aavak City Skylines would be a very pretty city. I had a lot of fun in my first City Skylines Let's Play back when it first came out. I had a lot of fun. Lots of roundabouts with happy little trees around them. Once we've got plastic production, we can start making snacks, which would be grand. Yeah, okay. Let's get to work. So first things first, I'm going to make a little groundwater pump extraction area down here. Let's set that up. First, we're going to want a decent fluid storage. We're not going to need a gigantic one, though. This should be good enough, I would say. Something like that. We're going to want groundwater pumps hooked up to this. Let's do something like this. One there. The other one there because it's a nice pattern. Need two. I like it. Then we will have pipe 2s bringing this out and down and around. Next, we want a pipe 2 to remove it. Bring it up this far, then up straight away, all the way to highest height. Maybe we'll even fly a kite. Go. And from there, we need to navigate our way up here. Go there. Go all the way up to here, perhaps. How far along can we go? Go as far as this one. Then further. Go to about here. Keep going up if we can. We can. About there. Can that go any further? No. If we bring it back a bit, can we? Yes, we can. You've got to be persistent with these areas. Pipes can get very awkward going up ramps. I think bring it up to about there and then up this way would be the best. Okay. With that, we'll bring the pipe down to here and then just run along. On there. Down to about here, I'm going to say. And then in. Then we want to prioritize that as well. And that will give us much better water. Now my only concern is there is going to be overspill down here. Perhaps what I should do is make sure that that doesn't cause me trouble right now. By installing this. Oh, damn it, I can't put it there. That is a crying shame. Not that I would really want it there, thinking about it. I'd want it here. Still not entirely... Well, no, actually that would work. So we'll have this one deleted. In fact, we're going to quick remove that one. Now, while all of that's going on, I've got one... Now, that job can happen slowly, but this job is actually a big problem. I can't get rid of the wastewater. Now, the reason for that is that one of these dumps can move exactly 60 wastewater in 60 seconds. This is outputting 60.4 and has gradually filled up. So we do need that to be... Oh, no. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. That is in the way. So we're going to need to pop it out there. Is that going to cause you issues? No, good. There's just a little hump in the ground. Real pain in the backside it is. Right. Now, these two I'm going to quick build. Just to get that wastewater removed. There we are. Now that should pull all of that water out. Both of these are now running at full bore. There we go. With that, let's go ahead and sort this out a little. Oh, the ground has started spilling down already. Right, let's put that there. We're going to want to build this out a little bit. I need a couple of these in place. So, one there. 1, 2, and 3. Now, will this allow me to build a corner? Please do. Yes, it will. Just. Only just, but that's good enough. Corner right there. And then from there, we're going to build out retaining walls in this direction. I wish I could just draw these so much. That would be an amazing quality of life addition. The ability to just draw these out. Not that we really need all of these all over this place, but let's try and get them in position for now. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to build it all the way down here, though. Just because I'm fairly certain they're not going to have enough support. Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong. Don't listen to me, chat. I'm a liar. Don't mean to be, but... you can actually get this in position. That's going to look nice. That one... ah, no, that one did fail. Oh, well. We'll just have to allow them to fill that in normally. But this side needs to be done super fast, so we're going to priority build it. Tonk. And then the rest of this will be built normally. Let that happen. Now that is going to stop the worst of the overspill whilst we finish up filling this area. Ideally. There we go. And then this can also be unpaused. There we go. Crack on then, lads. You have your orders. Currently researching food packing. That's going to allow us to set up some proper contracts with other areas, which will be wonderful. All right. Hi, Silas. Welcome to the stream, mate. Also, Black Spider, how you doing? But yeah, we're going to need some chlorine for a lot of different things. So, how are we going to go about that? This is being sent out as a priority. I will also have brine be sent out here as a priority. Let's go ahead and set up an electrolyzer. There we go. Brine into chlorine. Could have a couple of these just set up around here, perhaps. Let's move them a little bit further forward. It'll make it a bit easier for me. One here. One for now. Actually, it doesn't matter if we build two. And the reason for that is that, well, I'm going to need a tier 2 pipe for this part, unfortunately. But the reason that it doesn't match if we build this as 2 is that, in effect, if we bring that up there and then down and then out there and down, if I can't take the chlorine anywhere, I don't need to burn it off or do anything with it. Because if I can't process the chlorine, I'll just dump the brine. And the brine can be dumped without any pollution impact. So it's the better thing to dump. Chlorine, I imagine I would have to burn off in a gas flare for... let me find the gas flares. Flare for chlorine. No, I can't burn chlorine off. Interesting. Well, actually, no, I would dump it, wouldn't I? No? Maybe you can't get rid of chlorine. Oh, that's very interesting. You just stockpile it. Fair enough. What? Oh my lord, you can auto-import into the vehicle factory now. Oh my goodness! Right, well this needs to be rebuilt somewhere else then. Why would I want to bring all of that stuff up there when I can instead just have it delivered down here? It's kind of in the way where it was previously, but if I bring it down here, I could have the components brought down, stockpiled nearby. I'm fairly certain the vehicle parts will not be used anywhere but here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's new. Or at the very least, I don't remember it ever being there before. Yeah, the vehicle parts will either be sent in there or processed elsewhere. So, I don't actually need to stockpile them. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a flat balancer. This is a very temporary building. We'll pipe in there, and then we will also pipe down and in. We will give priority to the storage here. Let's come up a little bit, and then down, like so. This is going to be amazing. Oh, don't bother moving the vehicle factory. The next one is much bigger and we'll need to move it again. Oh. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But how far away are we from that? I'm actually kind of okay with doing this for now. Because I would probably build the next one down here anyway. Since it will be closer to where I'm making the materials. For the time being, I'm okay with this. But thank you very much for the heads up. I will bear that in mind. Gonna want this for diesel. Keep full. But at a fairly low, priority 10. No export from it. And this one needs to be filled with rubber. Again, keep full. Fairly low priority. No export. But thank you very much for that heads up, because I imagine that would be quite frustrating if you designed this whole system around it and only to find out, oh wait, the next upgrade basically completely invalidates all the work I just did. That made. Right, everything else happening as it should. Let's go and check down here. Our trucks are extremely busy. We're probably going to want quite a few of them made. That is looking nice. They're doing a good job down here. This should allow no export or import, and it's just for water. I'm going to let the trucks bring all of that over. Groundwater resource is getting low. It always will. Am I planning on playing Farthest Frontier next month when it launches? I might play it before next month, actually. Gilzo, but yes. Yes, I would definitely be checking it out at the very least. Aavak just casually talking about releasing chlorine gas around his car. Shh, it's fine. The citizens of Aavakeen are made of sterner stuff than a little chlorine gas could interfere with. Let's be sure that we also dig back there as well. Need a lot of coal to keep this thing running. Population control. No! We've only just recovered from the last catastrophe, thanks. Right, I would like brine chlorine on both of these. Off, off. Off and off. There we go. So, with that done, we're now producing a decent amount of chlorine. I could have that stockpiled, ready for export if I wanted to. Maybe the wastewater processing should be a little bit further over here, because then the water could re-enter the system. Yeah, probably would be wise, actually. And I could also prioritize the water into the system. Yes, yes I should. Okay, so water treatment. This can process 160 wastewater in 60 seconds, which is well over. It's well over double what we're currently consuming. So, oh my lord, you are a chonky boy. Okay, well, that's going to take a little bit of time. I think... Where are you currently... Yuri, what are you doing at the moment? Yuri is presently managing this area. That was meant to all be surfaced in dirt, but because part of it fell outside of Yuri's purview... I think that's Yuri, anyway. Where are you? You're over there. You're... there. Yeah, yeah, that's why it didn't get surfaced into dirt. Damn it! Okay, well, let's fix this mess then, shall we? I mean, technically, we don't need that extra room for a farm. It just would have been nice. I need to remove you, but you're probably going to cause a bit of a landslide, aren't you? I can imagine we're going to see a bit of stuff fall away. And tunk. Yeah. It's redistributed, so we can now put this back in, and hopefully it will be fixed. Let's rebuild it. Quick deliver. And that way it'll look sensible. Now, how are we prioritizing this? Priority in? Yep. So we're filling these up. So now we've always got water for these farms. So So at this stage, I think maybe an extra chicken farm is due. There we go. And then exactly the same output again. And once more. I made the mistake of not building that with a view to expanding it. I'm gonna have to run this sideways, sadly. Alternatively, I could take it down there. So, what we could see here is if I remove that. Frost, that will work. Yes. Right, let's unpause this and allow them to get that built. Going nicely, and now Yuri is enforcing that all of the trucks only use dirt, and in the way that only Yuri could. The trucks are still trying to dump stone there. They might even think they are. But Yuri is ensuring that they only do what Yuri has told them to do, and that is use dirt. Has this society abandoned the abstraction of money? Do you mean, have we moved away from having a fiat economy? Yes. Yes, we trade in taters. Taters are the only currency worth having, frankly. If you can't eat it, then what the point is using it as a currency? Like, what value exists in something you can't ultimately use to sustain the metabolic process that is your life? Madness. Any country that uses anything other than food as a currency, absolute madhouse. Madhouse. Potatoes don't inflate much. and they only shrink to a certain degree. In the right conditions, your money will make more money just by existing. It will start to grow stringy versions of itself out all over the place. Plant one tater, and, or chop it in half and plant two. And you've now got 2 taters. It's fantastic. Also, taters stop hoarders because of the rot. That is true. Yeah. You're never going to deal with anyone with such impossible wealth. You can only ever really have so many taters to your name. Right. Karen, no available place to dump products. What do you mean, Karen? That is a lie. You are telling me lies. Why do you insist on such lies? I just don't know. Okay, well, you know what? I'll upgrade these. You are getting a lot of work out of this area, I suppose. Once Karen is finished leveling this area, we're going to have Karen level that part and expand this out. Challenge accepted. Let the tater horde begin. Oh no, what have we done? Sadness and badness is about to unfold. Right, so at this point, no more imports. I should just be able to make these. Oh, I also need steel. Steel. Where is my steel? I should have steel somewhere. Mechanical parts. I might not have steel, actually. No, I don't use steel down here anymore, actually. Thinking about it. Okay, fine. Gonna need somewhere for steel, then. Steel. No export. Keep full. Done. And this one will go out on the very outside. Today. It only needs to cross one area this time, thankfully. And down there. Perfect. So unpause. I'm going to keep it to just food packing right now. Don't see much reason to expand it out much more than that. Additionally, we are going to need more iron very, very soon. So let's start digging out in this direction as well. Our excavators here should have priority to iron, but if they don't, I'll change that up. No, they did good. Yeah, that's okay. Yuri has no available designations to be mined. Well, that's fine. Yuri, you're not meant to be mining, to be fair, at this moment, so that's good. On that note, Yuri, I don't need you to have excavators right now. They may be returned to the wild. Also, that means you don't need trucks. Excavators can go down here instead. Let's get an extra excavator there. And an extra truck as well to help out. But, considering how busy our trucks are, I'm going to say I want another 5 trucks. Just get them on the move. Can actually, well, good night. Got an early shift. Have a great stream, y'all. Oh, take care, mate. You have a good sleep. Pleasant dreams, buddy. In Tater Crater, they don't eat the rich. They eat their riches. See, wouldn't the world be easier, though? Like, for real. Like, actually for real. There wouldn't be all this. Well, you know, I'll just, like, sell my stocks in whatever ridiculously valuable company I've got at the moment. The value might fluctuate wildly depending on my personality. But I could totally just, like, liquidate some stocks and give you 8 bajillion millions to end world hunger if you can prove to me that it will end it. That's so much more of a simple explanation if your 8 million bajillions are food. That's so much easier. It's like, tell me how my 8 trillion tons of potatoes could end world hunger. If you can prove to me that my 8 trillion billion gazillion tons of corn could in fact make someone less hungry in a different country, I'll give it to you. I feel there would be a very, very, very easy and almost immediate response to that challenge if you could eat money. But no, I you know, all joking aside, I've lamented the fact that we've got a fiat economy for a very long time. And you know, as much as I'm using a, you know, very, very tongue-in-cheek example right now about, oh wait, are we actually allowing? Ooh, do we have anywhere that can draw? Yes, no. Yeah, we do. We do allow this to be extracted, but someone has to request it. But yeah, as much as I make, you know, silly examples to prove the point, you know, really extreme examples, doesn't need to be food. But I do lament the fact that our economy isn't really backed by anything anymore. Other than, you know, someone's word. Hey, no, your money totally is worth this much. Yeah, no. Why? Because I said it was. You trust me, don't you? Like, well, about that. You know all these crazy like banking crashes that have happened because someone decided to play silly bugger and gamble a bunch of ones and zeros in a computing system? Yeah, that wouldn't really have had the same impact on the world if, you know, in order for there to be a depression, some massive ship full of bullion would have to have been sunk or, I don't know, yeeted into a volcano or something for the wealth to actually have been lost. It wasn't like any crops failed. It's just... And by that same token, can't we just, like, add the zeros back? They were made up zeros anyway. Who cares? Isn't money just a standard form of IOU? It basically is at this point. Though that is... Okay, again, it basically is in the context of using a stupid, bombastic oversimplification to make the point. I mean, it's significantly more nuanced than that. Oh, this is amazing, though. To be fair, the tulip speculation bubble was in the back. That sheep in the cart has a very fair point. Very fair. Yeah, the whole house of cards is a mess. This is the thing. Nothing is perfect. Like, there are pros and cons to having a backed currency, pros and cons to not. It's very easy for us to sit in our relatively comfy seats where nothing really hinges on our particular understanding of the system or the mistakes that may come from a lack of it. You know, I will say that I've never known the kinds of stress that would exist for someone who upon whose shoulders that kind of responsibility lay. Nor have I ever needed to understand the system in such an intricate way that I could really weigh in on the matter in a fully informed manner. But from my position, in the immediate situation, I feel justified in bemoaning the outcome of the choices that have led me here. That I may or may not have had a small degree of responsibility for. In that, you know, obviously I have been voting for people ever since I was allowed to vote. And maybe some of those times, in retrospect, I thought, that was a mistake. Thankfully, not too many of the times. I make a concerted effort to understand what I'm voting for, or rather who I'm voting for, including what those people had tended to vote in the past. How much does the you of the past align with what I would like to vote for right now? I don't really care what you're saying you'll do in the future. I care a lot more about what you've done in the past. And that's another ridiculous privilege. I actually live in a country where I can see what all the various members of parliament have voted for in the past. That is not always the case. Sometimes you really do only have their word to make your judgment on. Okay, water is starting to back up, but it's still not amazeballs. It could be significantly more amazeballs. But I'm quite speculatively curious about what kind of systems of economy future humans will be wielding. There's a lot of different ways it could go. Sometimes it's just kind of interesting to observe the simulation without any particular expectation of how it's going to turn out. Is that a dip? Oh, it is. Might have to deal with that eventually. Actually, I'll probably deal with that once we start digging down. Alright, so problem number 1 done. Problem number 2-ish done. Side quest done. Now we do need a lot more room over here. It's a little bit vexing. Karen, I need you to move your area around a little bit. Karen, I want you to be out here for now. Thank you. And additionally, I want this leveled. Thank you. Additionally, I want this no longer being leveled. Gotta be honest, chat, I've had a lot more fun dealing with the various designations since I gave all of our mining control towers names. So much. Right. Yeah, I'm with Demi Derp on that one. We're just having kind of a stream of consciousness discussion. We don't really need posts of YouTube theses on the topic. By all means, drop that in Dapper though, on the Discord. And then everyone else can feel free to peruse at their own leisure. Good morning, Shadow Hiss. Part joke, part genuine world building. What is the tater standard? Enough taters for one person for one day? 1 week? That is a good question. You see, if I were to seriously consider the tea standard, I would probably make it something obnoxious. For the shiggles, obviously. And the amount of loose leaf tea, which when compressed into a block, would be sufficient for one Aavak for one standard year. Because we have to assume that we'd be a an extrasolar colony, civilization by then. And I think, honestly, basing all of our currency on tea is the only sensible course of action to take. It is quite a large block, yes, of course. You know, well, I wouldn't want it to be a small thing. I'd want it to be small enough to fit into a standard size intersolar freighter, but not so small that you could lose it. You do the worst English accent. Who does? Because if you're talking to me, good. I'm not English. I'm not trying to put on an English accent. This is what happens when a Welsh person whose first language is Welsh speaks English. Everything seems to be good over here. Somewhere, Edward I is chuckling. I disapprove so much. But how are you doing, Mr. Doom Roxar? Look up Mars bars in the EU, UK, and the USA, and have fun. What? Nuclear Archmage. Why are we talking about Mars bars? Wow, chat is just chaos tonight. I mean, I'm in no small part responsible for some of it, but you're kind of outdoing yourselves tonight, chat. Well played. Yeah, that one isn't going to be required, but we are going to want to bring this all the way up. Right, what's Karen currently dumping? Slag, crushed slag, and rock, fair enough. The other thing we could do, by the way, is I could set this up to all rock be brought here and then crushed into either gravel or sand, which would remove our reliance on sand to some degree. Gavin and Stacey is my only exposure to Welsh. If I haven't... Oh, my lord. See, the thing is, I'm only The only Gavin and Stacey I've ever really watched is memes on YouTube. And yet, when I first moved up to Scotland, that's all people wanted me to say was catchphrases. I was like, I'm not familiar enough with it to even try. My God. Oh. All they wanted me to do. We can probably at this stage continue expanding this out, I would say. So that we can dig this down a bit further. Also, I want to continue this out along here now that we've got concrete available. But I really should stop distracting myself with the idea of expanding out our concrete facility to also manage rock until we have wastewater sorted. It's just going to take a while. Let's speed things up, though. Trucks are still extremely busy. What are we waiting on? We're waiting on fuel still. Okay. I guess I'll pop this up. Well, I mean, they filled 9, 10. I don't know why we're not getting that brought over. I'm still inclined not to push it right now, but I am surprised. It makes me think that there must be a break in the system somehow. I mean, it seems that some vehicles are coming up there to refuel, for example. How curious. Also, we want to upgrade the engine. Yeah, ship engine too. We have enough, so let's get that on the go so that our ship can actually reach some more distant locations. I do have 2 garages, and I don't need them. Thank you. I just hadn't broken that one down since I set this one up. I mean, I guess I could just make this a priority 9, but I was kind of assuming that that would eventually get filled. I mean, the reality is we're extremely busy, so, I mean, that was probably just very wishful thinking on my part. I could even perhaps just make it a higher priority for now just to get that job done. Yeah, instantly we've got trucks moving around. Oh no, they were dropping by water. Yeah, more than likely. Got so many dump orders right now as well. Okay, well for the time being then, let's bump this priority up nice and high. Or pop it. No. Are you bringing fuel? Are you... Yes! Okay, never mind. We'll leave it at 9. There we are. That's a solid bit of fuel in there. That'll be enough to get a couple of vehicles made, which will take the pressure off everything else a little bit. Before trucks are sitting... Oh, these are my refueling trucks. They specifically only go out to refuel my excavators. For a time, that was actually really necessary, but I think we could probably get away with... Maybe. We might be able to get away with 3. We'll see. Another one made, already being built. Just realised how much Aavak takes his time. By year 359 in my game, I was already dumping trash into the hole left from the first iron mines and improved 2 docks worth of oil. Yeah, no, I like to enjoy the pace, I guess. I do that in quite a lot of games when I've got the freedom to.